Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with my February OwlCrate unboxing. This is called A Power Within. As a disclaimer, I've gotten back on track with postponing my subscription. I had a couple of weird months where I thought I had paused it, but I hadn't, and I wasn't gonna make a fuss about it because secretly I do like getting the OwlCrate boxes, but you know me, I still can't get it every single month until I've made a pretty significant dent on my books I want to read list, and that list is ever growing. But enough about that. Let's talk about the contents of this box. So the very first thing I'm seeing here is this really beautiful deck of cards. It says, rattle the stars to whatever end. It is inspired by the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I feel like I read that book, that very first book, I don't know, like 4 years ago at this point, and then meant to read the sequel at the time, like a sequel was just coming out, and never got around to it. Maybe I'm missing that. Maybe I'm incorrect in my assumption of that, but I remember liking the very first book. I'm not sure. But these cards are beautiful. Definitely need a deck of cards these days while we are quarantined, so that's always fun. But looking forward to playing with these, and again, you can always get use out of a deck of cards. There are a lot of card games you can play with just a straight deck. Next up, we have this keychain. It's the Break Bills Alumni, inspired by The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I don't think I've read that series, but this is a really pretty keychain. I feel like even without the reference, I like this. I always can use keychains. I have 1,000 things happening on my keys at every given moment, and I break keychains a lot, so I'll keep that on my reserve, and once one of my keychains breaks or the enamel character breaks off of it, I'll switch it out for that one. They also included the monthly enamel pin, which says, "Still I Will Fight," and it has what looks like an underwater theme. It's very pretty. I love the colors of this. It also looks like they have included a glasses cleaner. It's got this saying on it which says, "A witch is just a girl who has realized her power is her own." And then on the back, they have this really pretty, I'm assuming it's again a reference to a novel. I'm not quite sure which one. It says on the card here, "Keep your glasses or e-readers dust-free while you read with our double-sided screen cleaning cloth, featuring designs inspired by Wicked Saints." The Nadia fan art was created by Nicole Deal, and the quote on the reverse was hand-lettered by Leaf and Lore. Again, not a series that I am familiar with. I don't even think I've heard of it, but this, again, practical, I can use it, and it's nice to look at whether I know the reference or not. There's also this Chain of Gold, Cassandra Clare, The Last Hours, Book 1. This is the brand new series in the Shadow Hunter world. I definitely feel like this cover, not this exact book, but I know this series, or at least the original series she wrote, and there's been a number of I think there are a ton of books in that series, and also a bunch of spin-off book series, and for some reason, I'm at a place in my life where I get really turned off by super long series of books. I kid you not, there was a book series that I'm failing to remember the name of it. It was focused on a girl in a boarding school. She was a poor girl who was on some sort of scholarship that allowed her to go to the super rich person's school. And that was a whole phase, by the way. When I was a teenager, there was a ton of books that came out like that. Again, I can't remember the name of it, but I kid you not, I started reading it, I want to say, my sophomore year of high school, and the series continued until I think was in my final year of college. So you're talking an 8-year time span that I followed that series, and there are easily I don't know, I think 25 books in that series. I have them all still. God, I wish I could remember what it was called. I will definitely tell you the name of it somewhere at some point, but that is not a commitment I am into. There are so many books that I pick up and read right now that for me to invest the mental energy into retaining a book series beyond 4 books, I'm just not into it. That's the one to me, negative of young adult literature is that there isn't a big priority on making just standalone books. There is really, I think, a push to create a book series, which I get it. It's a better market. You'll get more money. You'll get people hooked. But I feel like there's a real skill in being able to tell one story from start to finish and don't need anything else to follow up with it. I think that's an underrepresented type of book in the young adult genre. But gonna get off my soapbox now. I'm gonna stop with that tangent. And again, I probably won't read this because I know nothing about this series, but I feel like it's cool whenever they do include stuff like this because you get to have a fun preview into the book without buying it and seeing if you would like it, or if you're a fan, it's really awesome to get this, preview so you can get an inside scoop on the book before you get to buy the full thing. The next thing I have is this Thread Sisters BFF bookmarks, which is a cute concept. It's like instead of doing a charm necklace with a best friend, you can give her a bookmark, him or her. This says this bookmark is inspired by Truth Witch. Again, this is just the box of references. I don't know. But it's still beautiful. It looks like a ruler and a bookmark. It's also metal, so it's quite durable, which is nice. I'm sure I can pass one of these on to somebody else who I know does reading, but I do like the bookmarks they include. They tend to put really nice ones, and I never buy bookmarks. I always just kind of use like a post-it note. So to be given one, it gives me an excuse to be able to use it without having like shelled out the bucks for one. Okay, now we have this like big kahuna in here. It looks like some kind of a lunchbox. You open up this container and you have a stainless steel spoon, and then it looks like you've got 2 chopsticks. And then when you pop off the top, it looks like you have the 3 containers. I'm actually really jazzed about this because I am always on the hunt for the best lunch Tupperware. I hate having to have like 8 different plastic containers to bring my lunch in, so I do like the idea of this. And again, it's also fun to have something practical that you can have versus a bunch of stuff that maybe you have to think of a use for. According to the card, it says Team OwlCrate designed this bento box for metal-eating Almaneers who like to pack their lunches while traveling through Luthadale. Another reference over like 15, it feels like. It says we use Scadrial's steel alphabet to spell OwlCrate on the top. Reference is lost on me, but it's still fun. I do still like this. I can get use out of it. So even though a lot of these references I don't know, I still am enjoying the contents of it, and I don't feel like you need the reference to get use or pleasure out of the item. So thank goodness for that. This box would be a real miss for me. We also have the little insert that they have. It's like the little magazine that gives you more information, which I always enjoy learning about different companies and hearing from the author of the book that they include. Speaking of the book, this cover is so gorgeous. Like, I love the colors of this. It's called All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. Very curious. It says, she will reign as Princess of the Island Kingdom Visadaya. Amora Montera has spent her entire life training to be High Animancer? I don't know. The Master of Souls. The rest of the realm can choose their magic, but for Amora, it's never been a choice. To secure her place as heir to the throne, she must prove her mastery of the monarchy's dangerous soul magic. When her demonstration goes awry, Amora is forced to flee. She strikes a deal with Bastion, a mysterious pirate. He'll help her prove she's fit to rule if she'll help him reclaim his stolen magic. But sailing the kingdom holds more wonder and more peril than Amora anticipated. A destructive new magic is on the rise, and if Amora is to conquer it, she'll need to face legendary monsters, cross paths with vengeful mermaids, and deal with a stowaway she never expected, or risk the fate of Visadaya and lose the crown forever. Interesting. I am curious about this. It seems like it's a standalone book, which I appreciate, but there have been some months where I have fallen in love with what I thought was a standalone book, and then all of a sudden it became a sequel or a trio. Hello, Caravel. Never thought that would be a book that would lead to 2 others, but alas, it's cool. I'm looking forward to this. This is definitely really intriguing. I feel like it has all the things that I love. Mermaids, it has sailors, it has, sailing across the sea, adventure, mystery, like I'm all for it. We also have a letter from the author, which I always insert into the book and then read it before I start the book. It's like a fun thing that I've been doing lately, and I'm really enjoying it. So as per usual, I did enjoy this OwlCrate box. It is the first OwlCrate box where I really didn't understand or know most of the references in the box. but that didn't stop me from liking a lot of the contents. And I'm really happy to have come to that realization. So I feel like, again, I will always plug to you guys that if you're interested in OwlCrate, I will leave my referral link down below. The only benefit I get is if 2 people sign up, I do get a free OwlCrate box, which your girl would love to get. As I've said once, and I'll say it again, it has given me an outlet to so many books I probably would never have found on my own, and I really do enjoy receiving them. And for the most part, I like the books. There have been a few, maybe 5 or less, that I haven't enjoyed, but the other many that I have loved, I'm so grateful to have been introduced to. But that is it for me. I will talk to you in my next video real soon.